If you ask someone who their top 5 villains are, chances are Darth Vader will be on that list. But is he really a villain?
Used my friends to control me.
A villain is answerable to no one in the world of the story.
So I responded in
They
kind.
stand alone or have stepped out of the shadow of another to become a villain in their own right.
My apologies, Doctor, but we both knew Hydra could grow no further in Hitler's shadow.
Darth Vader never makes that step. He's controlled from the time he enters the Jedi Order.
Granted me permission to train you.
Aim right above the fuel cells.
After rising to the rank of general in the Clone Wars, he's reduced to standing in the background at military council meetings.
Possible. Don't try to frighten us with your sorcerer's ways, Lord Vader.
He's lost so much credibility since the fall of the Jedi, the officers blatantly disrespect him and the powers that have the rebels in fear of him. He has become the mask the Empire wears. And when he takes action against this slight with the powers that the officer disregards, he still obeys Grand Moff Tarkin's orders to release the officer.
As you wish.
Ultimately, the Emperor has control over Vader.
You ask.
He is Vader's master, not just as his teacher, but also as the one who pulls his strings.
The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi.
If he could be turned.
The Emperor's plan was to turn or kill Luke, and use his prompts until it seems like it was Vader's idea to begin with.
He would be a great asset.
Luke, you can destroy the Emperor.
In the end, Vader tells Luke he wants to overthrow the Emperor and have Luke be his apprentice.
Join me, and together we can rule the
And that is his chance to step out and become the ultimate villain, and to drag the hero with him to the dark side.
If you will not be turned, you will be destroyed.
He knows that the Emperor will kill Luke if Luke refuses to join the dark side.
There's no doubt the mysterious warrior was a Sith.
Always two there are.
He also knows that with the Sith, there can be only 2, and the Emperor has no plan of giving up control.
And an apprentice. Take your father's place at my side.
But what that would mean is that Luke would need to kill Vader. But then why does he take him to the Emperor anyways?
Welcome, young Skywalker. I have been expecting you.
Unless at this point, Vader is so much in doubt of his own power, he feels he needs a master to find meaning.
I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
I need a midichlorian count.
In Episode 1, Anakin supposedly has a higher midichlorian count than even Yoda.
Over 20,000.
Even Master Yoda doesn't have a midichlorian count that high.
No Jedi has.
What does that mean?
Which means he should be super in tune with the Force, right? However, he couldn't feel Leia when she was standing right beside him.
The Imperial Senate will not distill.
Use your feelings, you must.
We know that even untrained Force users have some form of connection to the Force.
Younglings. Younglings.
Concentrate on the moment. Feel. Don't think. Use your instincts.
I will.
May the Force
Anakin uses the Force in the pod races, and Luke calls out to Leia at the end of The Empire Strikes Back to come and rescue him as he dangles below Bespin. Yoda feels the death of dozens of Jedi across the galaxy. Obi-Wan feels the destruction of Alderaan, and even untrained, Leia feels Han die. And yet he can't feel the Force in a princess he's holding prisoner. He can't get information out of a 19-year-old girl who not only has no training in the Force, but doesn't even realize she has a connection to it.
You feel like he's the father you never had. He would have disappointed you.
Get out of my head.
Even Kylo Ren is able to read Rey's thoughts, something Rey turns back on Ren with no training at all.
You're afraid.
Even if you simply look at the original trilogy,
The fleet has moved out to light speed and we're preparing to...
he's strong enough to choke someone with the Force from another ship entirely.
For the last time, Admiral.
You don't know how hard I found it signing the order to terminate your life.
Surely he'd be able to get information out of a girl who they've already reported as dead.
Before your execution,
I have the power to save the one you love.
The Emperor promised Anakin power and the ability to save the ones he loved. In the end, Vader lost everyone he loved: his master, his wife, and his unborn child. The fall to the dark side took his humanity, turned him into more machine than man. And the power he was given was granted only within what his new master, his puppeteer, would allow.
What is thy bidding, my master?
I should have expected to find you holding Vader's leash.
And in the end, Darth Vader seems to be more of a henchman than a villain. But one thing can be said: he's still one of the greatest characters ever written.